Hello, hello, everybody. Let's talk about Vanderpump Rules. This is season 11, episode 14. It opens up at something about her, the restaurant that Ariana and Katie have, will have, are in the process of trying to get open for over a year. Apparently, they are still dealing with violations to the place that they have to keep updating and getting people back to confirm. Now, some changes have happened. We see that Anne, Tom's ex-assistant who he fired, is now working at something about her. So I don't know if she's functioning as an assistant to Ariana in doing that, or if they just hired her to be, I'm not sure. Maybe they just did it all for camera. Anyway, she was there doing some level of organization or something. Like she was standing behind the counter like she was ready to take an order or something, but like it's not open. It doesn't look like it's close to being open. Another problem that they have is that chef lady who was really involved in everything. She was even doing interviews and she was helping with the whole restaurant and the menu, blah, blah, blah. She apparently was also functioning or planning on functioning. I'm not sure the details of that, but she was supposed to be the COO of the company. And as of now, the way it was set up is that she was receiving a salary from Ariana and Katie for being the COO and doing the menu and et cetera, et cetera. So she had a salary, and then for all sales, she was going to receive 10% of all sales from that location of something about her, which I thought was brilliant of them for them to say this location in the event they do expand. So that seemed, I don't know what the salary is, but it seemed like it was a pretty fair deal. Apparently, Penny is no longer happy with that agreement, so she's not around anymore. That's something they have to work out. We see Sheena going to Kyle Chan's store to talk about some sort of singing she's going to do for him for some event. And then Tom Sandoval walks in, and Sheena doesn't seem happy because, of course, last episode, big blow up between them. Sheena turns to Kyle and says, is he playing too? And Kyle's like, no, he's going to help out, and Tom Sandoval's like, yeah, I'll help with the music and the sound and the whatever to just make it a success, because Tom Sandoval said Kyle Chan is the only guy who really stuck with them. I don't know if he said he's the only guy. Maybe, because he and Schwartz, they weren't getting along for a while. So maybe he is the only guy that really stuck around. Well, his band manager was there. Anyway, maybe of their original friend group, he was one of the few, besides Billy, of course, who really stuck around and was a support to him. So as it turns out, Kyle Chan was excited about this and them working together, but he was at the pool party at James's house. So he said, I am now a little concerned about how this event's going to go because of the dynamic between the two of you, and we have to work together. So if you can chat, and they chatted, and they both expressed what they were thinking and feeling. And in the end, they, pseudo kind of, because nothing ever sticks in this group, made up and gave each other a hug, and all is well. For as mean as Tom Sandoval was in that last episode to her, for her the next day to get over it that quick, that's shocking to me. I'm not a huge fan of holding grudges, but in this situation, she can hold a little bit longer. Tom Sandoval has to learn that he can't talk to people like that, especially friends. He has issues. Now everybody is going out to like a striptease kind of, what's that called? There's a name for it. Kind of vaudeville-y, that's not the word I'm thinking of. Anyway, bar for Lala's 33rd birthday. And Brock was so cute in it. He kept like not making eye contact with them and turning his head. And he's like, don't make eye contact. Don't look. Don't look. And he said that he was raised Mormon until he was 14 years old. And so that 14-year-old boy is sitting there going, this is bad. This is bad. Don't look. Don't look. It was really cute. I liked Brock in that moment. And I never knew he was raised Mormon. Ariana is out with the boyfriend. I can't remember his name. Anyway, he came and flew in from New York and was going to go with her this weekend to San Francisco with the whole group. So they're having dinner or lunch or something beforehand, and they're just having a chit chat about how things are going to go. She shares that she's not terribly thrilled that Sheena accepted Sandoval's apology so quickly. He seems like he's a sweet guy. He looks a lot tougher in pictures. When he talks, he's very soft. That's the only way I can think to describe him. Very gentle, calming voice. Yeah, he had a different energy than he gives off in like Instagram and the photos that they would send. Ariana shares how distance has made the heart grow fonder, and that this has actually been kind of good that she's LA and he's New York, and that they've been dating all this time, because it just means lots of really long phone conversations of them talking with each other and truly getting to know each other, which is new for Ariana. Then we get to the event at night, Tom Sandoval, or maybe it was just a regular event. We do another, let's watch Tom and his band. He has to have something in his contract that there's so many times that we watch him either at practice or performing. So Tom's performing at something, and he just comments on how happy he is that all these people are there and nobody's throwing anything at him. At the event, Jo is there, and she's loving Tom's music. Schwartz is there as well. Schwartz takes Jo outside to talk to her, invites her to go to San Francisco also, but wants to make it very clear that there's parameters and understanding that this is not the beginning of a relationship. And she's like, no, I know, I'm your friend. He goes, I don't know why I can't just like come out and say, hey, my friend Joe's coming and I'm excited about it. And it's fine because we're friends and people just don't get it. And I just want to scream to the rooftops, this is Joe and she's my girlfriend and we're getting married in 8 years. I'm like, what? Wait, that just turned. He just completely, and Jo in her talking head too said like, more mixed signals. It's true. I don't know what Schwartz is thinking. He is totally giving this girl mixed signals. So everyone heads up to San Francisco. Up in San Francisco, there's a talk with Schwartz telling Tom Sandoval that he's happy that things are good between them now, and he likes to be at a place where he's no longer seething mad at Tom. And Sandoval's like, you were seething mad at me? And Schwartz was like, well, yeah, I mean, not you personally. It was all about the bar. It was all about everything you did that affected my livelihood, my dollar, my pocketbook. Nobody says pocketbook anymore. I don't even say pocketbook anymore. But my grandmother always did, so it's still in the back of my mind. At the end of this conversation between the Toms, Schwartz agrees that he is going to move into Sandoval's house. What a dumb move. Dumb, dumb, dumb. So the whole group goes out on a boat ride. Ariana's boyfriend is not there. He was going to the gym or something instead. He was going to join them in another time. The boat ended up, you should have seen the bay. The swells, the boat was like rocking. I would have been sick as a dog. Nobody seemed to have gotten sick on the boat. I would have been sick. Not to mention it looked pretty scary in terms of like capsizing or water coming onto it. Like, not a good time. Not a good time. They end up coming back after getting a few pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge. They're walking down like the boardwalk or street area around there, and Brock is with Ariana. They're talking about the Sandoval experience and all that, and he starts talking a little bit about forgiving, and she's like, oh, because, you think it's good. And he goes, well, you know what? Selfishly, I'm thinking about it in terms of my wife, because she's so torn between you guys. So the advice from Brock was this, that forgiving him is not accepting that what he's done, which is true. It's giving yourself the ability to focus on the good things that you have going on around you. That's true too. I've never heard the second part worded that way, but forgiving is all for you. It has nothing to do with the other person. The other person can still get punished. The other person does not get a pass. This is not saying it's okay. Forgiving, you don't even have to forgive them to them. You don't even have to go up to them and say, I just want you to know I've forgiven you. It's all for you. You have to get to the point of letting it go. That's what forgiving is. It's to allow yourself inner peace to continue on in life. Ariana's not there at all. She gets worked up, angry, yelling, when she's even in his presence. I thought that was good advice for Brock to give her. This is Ariana's reply. Forgiveness is outdated therapy. She couldn't be more wrong. I don't know where she heard that. If she heard that from a therapist, then she's wasting her money. No wonder she's still angry. When she goes on, she says, gray rocking and going no contact is the only way. And gray rocking being the term for somebody who's toxic in your life and that you just ignore the toxic behavior and completely shut off and walk away. She needs both. It's fine for her to cut him off and walk away. She needs to let it go. She's not forgiving him. That's why she's still all angry inside. Where's a good therapist? It's LA. Aren't they a dime a dozen? After I wrote down what she said, I just wrote, how's that working for you? Not well. She's not a happy person. Don't focus on gray rocking, Ariana. Please, forgive. She goes on and says, there's power to me in hurt and anger and in female emotion and being able to have that. And not being put in a position of you having to take the high road. I think there's power in all those emotions, and I stand by that. She's not seeing a therapist. There's no way she can be. If she is, this therapist is doing her damage. It's not only that she's not good, she's harmful. That's terrible. I find zero power when I'm angry and frustrated and fearful and all of those negative emotions. There's no power in that. You're chained down when you feel like that. There's no joy. There's no happiness. There's no lightness. I don't even know what to say that she said that. I feel like she's like trying to do the female empowerment thing, but she has it all wrong. You want female empowerment? See me live my best life. See me truly be joyful and surviving and having fun. See me be able to talk to you like a normal person and smile and turn and walk away and continue on. That's the best revenge, if she really wants revenge. She's not getting revenge by showing how worked up, upset, emotional, what were her words? Hurt and angry that she is now. Tom's winning. After I wrote that whole line, I wrote, and how's that working for you, Ariana? Oh my goodness. Fire your therapist. Let's move on. That evening, they all get dressed up in what looks like kind of 20s attire, gangster, although there's reference to the Titanic, and I believe that was really early 1900s. That was before the 20s. That was like in the 1910s. So anyway, they kind of dress like that. These getting up in dress themes to go to things when it's not Halloween, housewives do the same thing. I don't get it. If I saw a bunch of people show up at a bar dressed like that, I would think they're weird. I would. Like, okay, you think it's a costume contest? Are you at the wrong place? Did you have the wrong day? Anyway, I think these producers encourage it because all throughout Bravo, this is a theme on all the shows, that they always pick a theme, even if they're just at home in a cottage they rented at some random island. It'll be like, tonight is Hawaiian night. Everyone wear your Hawaiian attire. Okay, Schwartz went up to Katie. They're having a nice talk. He seems to be proposing to her that they should have a one-night stand, like a one last time together. She's completely showing, I am not into this. So then he goes, no, like what we always did, where we get together, buy $100 worth of junk food, and then we just scroll on our phones all night long, you know? We'll do it one last time. So he kind of backtracked. She still seemed not into it. He's like, think about it, and left. At the end, we have Sheena talking to Sandoval, and she is pointing out to him that the comments he made about Ariana and her mental health were very hurtful and damaging, and he used her mental health as a weapon against her. He did that by claiming that he could never share with her his true feelings and emotions or about the affair. He kept it going on for so long because he claims that Ariana threatened to kill herself. And so that essentially was his justification for keeping this 7-month-long affair a secret. Now it seems like for the first time, he really heard her. He agreed, he nodded in his talking head. He said he needs to apologize to Ariana. That was wrong, what he did, and he needs to take ownership of it. That's true. And that's how the episode ended. How was the episode? We'll see how next week's is. Bye, y'all.